Well, welcome, eSenior Sim Racing fans. It is time once again for a race. It's GT3 Sprint Race. Last race of the season, number 8, Bathust, otherwise known as Mount Panorama. Traditional finish for us. But first, remember, sim racing is a sport, and that makes us athletes. We are 50-year-old plus racing simulation athletes, and we are part of eSenior's GT3 World Championships. If you're listening for the first time, which you're probably not listening for the first time because we have a loyal following of about 90 people that watch these broadcasts, join us anyway. Find us on Facebook, find us on Discord. We are chatters on Discord for sure. Anyway, and we'll be starting season 17 very soon. This is our 4th anniversary. Was a few weeks ago, or last week I think it was. 4th anniversary of the club. Anyway, been doing this for 4 years, guys, and this is season 16 coming to a close. Like I said, traditionally at Bathurst. Before I forget, I want to get rid of that starting soon for one. Mention our loyal sponsors, Syndeo, a internet communication and technology company out of Montreal. If you have needs for that anywhere in the world, give those guys a call. And Sim3D, makers of fine simulation racing equipment. Check those guys out. Anyway, they've been sponsoring us for a long time, and we definitely appreciate it. So, what are we up to here? We are at the final race of the season. Let me get to the stats here before the race. Standings before the race. Let me find it here. Sprint standings are right there. Get rid of my face. There we go. We got everything in check today. Got microphones going. I'm doing my transitions at the right time. All right, so this is the standings pre-race. After 7 races, Lee Smart in first place because he with 394 points, all wins except for race number 3. Unfortunately, I have to say, Lee is sick and could not race today, so there will be a new leader in the standings probably. Stuart Packham is in second place, 363, followed by Mircea Paunoff with 305, very closely followed by Laurent Roulette. I gotta write that down, Laurent, and I haven't watched the race, by the way. Sorry, it's a replay race. I was out watching a baseball game here in Phoenix this afternoon. Got some free tickets to a spring training race, spring training game. It was a lot of fun. It was 85 degrees here today. 1 point separating Mircea and Roulette. Wow. And Terry Throwbridge in 5th place. Look at these guys all the way down to about 10th place there. Brian Banks and Jeremy. Very close together. But anyway, those are guys have been in these almost every race. Also, Kevin Torrance. You gotta say those guys were up there racing every time. Good for you on these Monday races. We have 9 people racing today. Let me get rid of this screen now so that we've been over that. So there could be some change in the standings. Let me get to it. Hang on. There we go. We're back to there. So again, there was our season this year. Look at that. So we have not chosen the races for next season yet. By the way, Min guys are getting together this week to choose tracks and whatnot. Give us a couple of suggestions if you like. Anyway, so Bathurst, a very traditional race for us. Last race, always a fun track. Yeah, always a fun track. Just getting something set up here. Fun track for races. These guys are all pretty seasoned racers. However, let's just go straight to the track, guys. There we are. Make sure I turn the sound on for the race. Nothing happening right now because we are going to go through the Qualification, look at this. Merche, who is fighting with Roulette, they are in first and second place. I understand from reading the stream, that's the only thing I looked at, was Merche grabbed the lead, the pole position in the last lap. Too bad we didn't do qualifications. Pretty cool to watch for that. That one, 2 Ferraris in the first row. Let's go that to show Stefan, show Laurent's car. So that is Merche in pole position in that nice red Ferrari. Second in the yellow Ferrari. Competing colors, Laurent Roulette from France. Merche from Macedonia. So Battle of the Europeans. In third place, Stuart Packham in the BMW from the US, I believe. Terry Throwbridge from the UK in I'm trying to remember now what part of the UK he's from. But anyway, Terry Throwbridge in fourth. Next, Laszlo Nemeth in my favorite livery in the McLaren. Right there. Very nice. Understated, but very, very nice. And he's got something on his roof. I'm not sure what that is. Jeremy Arobas in sixth place with the familiar rocket car. In seventh place, Brian Banks, the lone Canadian today. Philippe Sauvage from France. And last but not least, the ever colorful Mr. Kevin Torrance from New Zealand. Very good. All right, let's just get to it here. Let's change the cameras. And let's get going. Let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. They're coming around the last corner here, I think. Formout Panorama. Always an exciting track. Very hard to stay on the track. Let's find a better view here. There we go. Here comes the green flag. And we are racing. Here we go. And looks like Laurent's got a little bit of a lead. No, now it's Merche getting the inside. Let's go down and see if there's any. I'm sure there won't be any issues here. Not even any 3 wides today. Everybody's sort of in their right staggers. Let's see what happens here between these 4 guys, I guess. I'll get in with Stewart. For the first corner, always an exciting corner. Cold tires, high-speed corner. Nobody is going to have any problems, it looks like. Very nice. Now we get into the top of the hill, climb the hill. Merche, Laurent came up close there. There's Merche making this go. This is also a nasty one if you overcook it on the exit, which we've all done. We've all done it. And everybody is through the first few corners nicely. Looks like Stewart's up close to Laurent. Let's get a better view here. Maybe we'll get a driver view. Coming over the top. There's the peak of the hill right here. Tap the brakes. Most people do. Yep. I don't know why you have to tap the brakes there, but it's the only way to get super speed there. You barely have to tap. But look at these 3. Let's go behind. Oh, that 4. There we go. Through the corner. Laurent is right on Merche's tail. Looks like Terry let up a little bit there, but Laurent, the 2 Ferraris, are going screaming down the straight here. Maximum speed for these guys. 270, 280 probably. This little crest is always exciting. You don't want to try anything too. And let's see what Laurent does for the first corner. Try to almost hits. Almost hits. That's going to let Stewart come out. That's going to let Stewart's taking a peek on the inside. He's going to go outside, inside here. Yeah, Laurent got a little too close to Merche there and had to back off. Let's see what else is happening here. There is Brian and... Oh, I said the lone Canadian. He's not the lone Canadian. Of course not. Jeremy's the Canadian. And where is Sauvage? Something happened to somebody here. Oh, what happened to Philippe? Okay, let's stop here. We have the luxury of going backwards, so let's just do that. Where is... Oh. Our first casualty of the race, Mr. Philippe Sauvage. Let's find a better view for him. No, not that view. That's not the good view either. There, let's just try. He is the first casualty of the hill. Maybe we'll slow it down a bit, because he's somehow going to hit the wall we just saw. Comes through that top of the peak. And is he just going to overcook it somewhere? Oh, on the braking. He just had a little bit of an input on the braking, and Kevin didn't hit him, which is nice. All right, so that is what happened there. We can jump ahead a little bit. Let's go back to the top. Whoa, look at this. Laura is hassling Mr. Paunoff. Are we on the first lap? Oh, we saw this already. And then Stewart gives a little peek. A little peek. Here I am. Can't make a mistake, Laurent. And he's not gonna outbrake him here, I'm sure. But these three guys are just neck and neck. It's gonna be a fun race, I think. Laszlo's not far behind. That's Terry Trowbridge up ahead. So all these guys are all in it to win it already. A little bit of a gap there to Jeremy. Those guys up ahead is Brian Hanford. Oh, Brian and Jeremy are old pals in this position. Brian hates being behind Jeremy. We were chatting about that last week because Jeremy is so difficult to pass. We'll get some bigger sound here for in the cockpit. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, it's so hard to pass Jeremy. So, ooh, look at this. Look at this. Isn't this fun? So close together on this track is dangerous. Dangerous. What song is that? Right, let's just stay on board with Stewart. Stewart Packham in that BMW. There's that little tiny braking just before the crest. Oh, did somebody get hit? Back up 5 seconds there. Was there a little tap there? Nope. That was just Terry getting a little unwound there on the... But look at these three. This is exciting. This GT3 action is... sprint action is fun. So, if you haven't joined us before, a 30-minute race for the sprints. That's why it's called a sprint. 30-minute race, no pit stops. Ooh, everybody spread out a little bit there. Everybody spread out in the top four quite a bit. Laszlo's maybe a little bit closer. And now we're Jeremy and Brian. I have a feeling this is going to be a long afternoon for Brian. Behind the master of defensive driving is Jeremy. He doesn't really defend. No, he just runs his lines. Very difficult to get by him. Doesn't make any mistakes. Can't rattle that Jeremy. He's been a leader of the band. There's no more nerve-wracking thing than that. Oh, Stewart is close to Laurent. We haven't had a pass yet. I do not think. Flip Sauvage has not caught up with Kevin Torrance yet. Oh, look at this. There's momentum coming here. Is he going to get... Wow, that was close. He had the hop on the Ferrari there, the BMW did. Oh, that's a beautiful camera angle around this corner. I got to remember this. Leave it here. Wow, look at this. I just love watching this race. Going up through here. BMW might have a slight advantage corner-wise. Here we go, at the top of the hill, always dangerous. Trowbridge is right behind Packham now. Everybody spread out slightly. Looks like Merche's pulled out a little bit ahead. Here we go. This is a great camera angle, isn't it? I love it. Love it for this hill. All right, so let's try somebody else. Where is Brian? Oh, he caught up a little bit with Jeremy there. Again, these times on the tower are only updated on sector time, so it's not live. Looks like Brian caught up with him just a little bit. There's his view. And Kevin's not far behind. Kevin there. And Sauvage maybe has his damage. Let's take a quick peek. If I can find the see if I can find. Oop, there it is. No, he looks pretty stable there. Actually, not too bad. So that didn't look like he has too much damage there. These guys are spread out a little bit. Let's just go through everybody. Here we are on board with Mr. Merche Paunoff in first place. Next is Laurent Rollet in another Ferrari. Stuart Packham's not very far behind. That's less than a second now. Terry Throwbridge about, that's probably close to half a second. In fourth, Laszlo Nemeth. Jeremy Auerbach's quite a bit behind. Brian Banks is still trying to hassle Jeremy, waiting for a problem. Kevin Torrance is only a couple of seconds behind. He can see those two guys. And Philippe Sauvage can see him. So that's where we stand. Let's go back to Laura and Stuart. Yeah, let's find this angle here. Is this the camera angle we were watching? No, this is the one, I think. We're on board with Laura. Those three guys are so close together. Let's get the middle guy here. That's Stuart. Stuart, you don't have your nationality in the system. I'm pretty sure I know that you're from, maybe you're from England. I've forgotten now. Or British Isles somewhere. And here we go. Somebody's going to make a mistake sooner or later on Mount Panorama. Everybody makes at least one mistake. Go back to Jeremy because these three guys have all spread out a little bit. Let's go back to Brian. Brian looks like he lost some ground on Jeremy big time because Kevin's now caught up. So now Brian Banks is under pressure from the guys at the back. Kevin and Philippe Sauvage. Interesting. So Brian must have made a little error in judgment there somewhere. All right, let's go back to the front. 30-minute race. Where are we at in the race? We are at not quite halfway. Long laps. You don't see the full race here is only 15 laps. Let's get on board with a few people. There's Laurent. Let's get on board with Laurent. That is what he's looking at. That is what Stuart's looking at. So that BMW's got a little bit of oomph on the straight here, which is surprising. Maybe Stuart's running low wing. Ooh, let's just take a peek. He's going to look on the inside. Oh, he took a peek, but not able to make it stick. He is so close to Laurent. Wow. He's got the advantage on that straight. Let's just watch him through. Terry's right behind. Look at this. Right behind Stuart. But looks like Laurent's holding these guys up a little bit. Maybe. Is there anybody watching? Nobody watching. It's too late to know. Oh, there's three people watching. Who's that? Oh, hi, Big Natty. How you doing? Good race so far. All right, huh? Look at these guys. It's so much fun watching people go through here. It's so much fun to race this track. I love having this as the last race. 40 people on this track is so much fun. So much can happen. I can't wait till Saturday. I haven't practiced yet. I've been playing around with LMU. I'm going to join the guys on Friday with an a hypercar. Good to have you today. I always forget what your real name is, buddy, but I know you're a regular. Things spread out a little bit there. Oh, caught up a little bit. This is always a place where you can catch up. You got to be careful on the throttle. Let's watch these guys with their. I finally figured out what was wrong with my not getting the HUD up on the shifting and braking and whatnot, because I have triples. I got to turn all that off when I do broadcasting, and I forgot that my margins were a little bit wacko in triples. So I have to reset all that every time I switch between broadcasting and racing and triples. Love triples, by the way. Love triples. Do it if you can. All right, everybody spread out slightly. Looks like Stuart always catches up a little bit here. Let's see what he does on the corners, because he's usually a little too close and can't catch Laurent. He gets too close and has to brake a little bit too much. Catching up here. BMW, of course, is always great on the corners and great in the hands of a guy like Stuart. I might switch to a BMW next year. Again, I raced it for a long time. I might just switch to a BMW just for fun. In the Ferrari right now. Where is Terry? Out there, he's spread out a little bit. How is Mr. Banks doing? Mr. Banks is under. Oh, he got passed. Ooh, we gotta find out where that happened. Let's back up. Go about here. Oh, past here. I don't see Mr. Banks. I still don't see Mr. Banks. Oh, that's Banks. Sorry, he's ahead. Sauvage looked like he was ahead. Who's behind him? Kevin's behind him. Sauvage is behind. What is going on here? Sauvage is last. Let's follow it from here. This is where. Oh, let's back up. Let's back way the hell up. All right, stop. Find a better angle. There is Philip coming down the straight, and it looks maybe like Kevin has a little bit of an issue. Let's watch Kevin, see what happened to him. It doesn't look like anything dramatic happened here. Oh, a bit of a bump. He must have had a problem on entry. Yeah, a little skid there, almost lost it. And here comes Philip, gonna take advantage of that big time. Back to, yeah, oh yeah, he's got the corner now. So there he goes. Sauvage ahead of Kevin. Good job. Now, what happens with Sauvage and Banks? Looks like he was ahead of Banks after later. So where is Brian? Let's go to the driver view. There is Brian. Oh, looks like Brian had a bit of a problem on the exit. Let's back up a few seconds there. Get on board. I love being able to... oh, look at where he is. That is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. Back up. Back up. All right. This is him on the straight. It's not a corner you usually have a problem. I'm not sure what happened with Brian there. Maybe a little overcook on the throttle. Just went a little wide. Oh, just went a little wide. Now we're going to see Sauvage catch up, I'm sure. There's Sauvage. Oh, yeah, on the straight he has just no momentum there. Yeah, see, he gives him a little flash saying go ahead. There is Sauvage. Now we're going to see where they all stand in terms of lap times, because these three guys are close together. Okay, let's get back up here at the top. Where is Terry? This is my favorite view here, I think. I'm not sure if that's the right one or not. No, I don't like that one, that's for sure. Let's back up one camera. There's the view I think we like. Not sure what view it is we like. This may be it here. It doesn't tell you what camera you're in. It says it in the ACC, you can tell, but not in here. So these guys are not all very far apart. The top four are all within striking distance of a little mistake, because Laurent, let's just look at Laurent, and Laurent can see the leader there. He can see Pawnov, so he is definitely going to be got hope. He's got hope. He's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. Yeah, so anybody has any suggestions for next season? Sure, you'll have a million of them. Just throw them on Discord. We'll take a look at them, I'm sure. Jeremy has built a big lead on, he's going to be just lapping here. Built a big lead on Sauvage. Oh, what's happening here? Why are people going? Who went into the pits? Let me back up here. Who's in the pits? Brian's in the pits. Why is that? Brian, no pit stops. No pit stops, Brian. What's happening? What's happening? Why are you in the pits? He may be for some reason giving up. I'll have to watch that. I have a feeling he might have a problem. Cat biting his toes or something. So Kevin is definitely there. I don't know if I can see. No, I can't see lap times anywhere. So our fun is going to be at the head of the pack here. Where are we at? We are at halfway through the race, a little bit more than halfway through the race. Is Brian still in the pits? Yeah, definitely Brian has a problem. Technical problem, probably. He had a power failure last week. He didn't race. Power failure in Edmonton. My hometown, you know. Shoulder update. Shoulder update. That's important. My shoulder update. So, got a second stage of physiotherapy. I did a Zoom call with my physiotherapist back in Canada. She gave me some exercises to start stretching, so I'm on the mend. Hurts like hell to stretch it, but we're starting to raising it above my head. So I may be able to at some point start shifting on my own again, because I'm losing about a second and a half by using auto shifting. I think I've been about a second and a half from my best times on the track, so I've been racing with one hand. So looking forward to getting back into the swing of things, not only in racing, sim racing, but golf, baseball, all those things. 12 weeks is what they tell me. Can't lift anything, still can't lift anything over 5 pounds. And I can feel the spot on where my screws and plate is. Doctor said he will probably feel it and want it out, but we can't take it out for a year. So I'm hoping it's not painful. It's going to be there. Well, since we've got some gaps here, why don't we just watch everybody, a lap for each guy. Here is Meleskie, our leader, by only a second and a half, but our leader nevertheless. Also, apparently, he snatched pole position from the jaws of second place in the last lap of qualifying, I understand. Let's just watch how he handles this track. Nicely done, nice rhythm. You get into a rhythm here, and you just know what you can do. This is a spot where you got to be careful on exit. Nicely done, right? Just use the whole track. Then you just floor it, have a cigarette for the long straight. Looks like he might be running into some traffic. Who is that ahead of him? Oh, Brian Banks is back out, so definitely had an issue. That's him up ahead. So he had an issue. He's going to finish the race. He had some sort of issue I had to take care of. I'm sure it was equipment related. He knows that there's no pit stops here. Maybe needed a physical pit stop. Who knows? Hope you're feeling okay, Brian. So this is the end of Meleskie's lap. Let's jump on board with Laurent and watch his full lap, since we have nothing better to do. See how he handles this Ferrari over the famous Mount Panorama track in Bathurst, Australia. I know I've said this a number of times on the broadcast, but I'll say it again for you guys who haven't heard it before. This is a track in Australia that is at least partially coming up this hill on, and there you go. See, there's a house off to the left. That's somebody's house off to the left. This part is an actual road when they're not racing. There's another little, you see all these little roads coming off. So there is a very strict, there's another road on your right, very strict speed limit that they police religiously here because they don't want people racing on residential streets. There's a house coming up on the left here, on the top of the mountain. Obviously a very nice piece of property to have. No, that's not the house. No, that is a house. I just came by it. But look at this nice view. Well, you don't get to see it when you're racing, but look at this beautiful view. All right, this is Laurent. You can see these guys that are fast just get into a beautiful rhythm for this part of the track. And this is a tough track to learn at first, but once you get into it, it's a lot of fun. And it is a lot of fun to, we'll stay with Laurent for these last corners. This corner, very interesting corner too. You just fly off the top of this crest, and the car goes unstable, and you got to decide right here. Boom! Hit the brake. Get that apex beautifully. Be careful on the throttle right there. That corner is the second part of that corner. It's a question of making sure you're not going too fast. This is a great corner, great trail braking corner, which he did a little bit. There we go. That is the first lap for him. Now let's do Stewart in the BMW. Totally different sound, isn't it? Let's see if he trails brake a little bit. Not much. Didn't coast very much either. I'm surprised how well the Stewart was doing and catching up with Laurent earlier there when they were so close. Unless it was a bit of drafting. This is kind of a long straight also. High speed corner here. Brake, let go. Let the car turn. Boom, and away you go. And this one you don't have to brake on the first part. It's going to just lift. And he's going to lift just slightly and hard on the brake. Let the car turn and coast. There's a bit of a bump right there. Be careful you don't unstabilize the car. Here is a slight lift. Yep, that's what he does. Everybody drives it the same way. Not a lift here if you've got the right setup. And he did lift slightly. And it's a slight lift here. Hit that apex beautifully. Now you're full throttle again. 226 kilometers an hour hitting that crest. You get light in the loafers there. That's why you hit that brake. Get your front end set with some traction. Just touch the brake on the top of that crest. Right here, hard on the brake. Let go, let it turn. Get through and out because you really need to get a great exit there because this is a long straight. So this is Stuart Packham in the BMW M4. I owned not an M4, but I owned a 235 last year. Here we go again in this corner. Is he at the apex? Oh, a little wide there. Yeah, I owned no, this is an M2. This is an M2, isn't it? Let me think about this for a second. Let me take a peek. Oh, I forgot here. That is I'm not sure now, to be honest, what that is. Those of you who don't know, I always talk about it. I had a 235 convertible for a while, and now I own an i4. So I think it's a 4. Anyway, let's watch Terry Throw. Oh, Terry Throw. That's everybody going by Brian there. I wasn't even noticing. There's Terry. He's not that far behind. Take a quick peek what he's looking. He's not that far behind Stewart. He can taste it. And that McLaren. There's the McLaren. 3 McLarens in a row there. How far is Laszlo? Laszlo is... Whoops, that's Brian. Brian's behind... Laszlo's behind Brian quite a ways. Laszlo might have had a little problem somewhere. Whoa, we got a problem cutting the exit right there. Let's go back to Terry and watch his lap. And he's within striking distance. All you guys are at the top are all within striking distance of anybody who makes a mistake. 30-minute race on the same tires. They do sometimes go off a little bit. There's Terry tipping him around this corner. Let's see how he does on the exit. Nicely done. Let's see if he catches up. Anyhow, we'll go through everybody because we got the time. Not much else happening. So yes, Merche and the roulette. Where is Merche? All right. Oh, these guys are. Merche's ahead by a point. So Merche will stay ahead of roulette in second. Ooh, there's somebody else going into the pits. There are no pit stops in this race, folks. Why are people going into the pits? Huh. Another guy in the pits. Who is that? Let's just find out. That is Stewart. Stewart is in the pits. Oh, and you know what? Those are drive-thrus. This is a drive-thru for sure, or a stop and go. Let's just take a peek. Not the stop and go either, because he's stopping for a while. Not much happening, so we can stay here. A little bit of a stop. Yeah, that was sort of a stop and go. Wow, that's a biggie. There he comes out of the pits. That's a very short pit. Well, so he's going to be behind Jeremy now. That should be fun to watch. So, Terry Throwbridge is in third place now, 4 seconds behind. So we got Laurent. Let's do a little recap here. Laurent, let's watch Laurent. He is very close to Merche now. If he gets ahead of Merche. He gets ahead of him in the standings too. I'm sure he's aware of that. I would be very surprised if he isn't. So he is going to be pushing, and he is pushing hard right now, big time pushing. Yeah, Stewart is behind Jeremy. Is he going to try? Is Jeremy going to let him go by or not? Jeremy often lets the guy by. This is not the spot. Stewart, don't you know what Jeremy's like? Oh, Jeremy let him go there. There he goes. No way Jeremy wanted to have an issue with Stewart, so that's why that happened. But Laurent, look at this. Laurent's right on Merche. Exciting race, isn't it? Very interesting race. Given that these two are in competition with each other, 1 point separating the two, with Merche being the one with the extra point. Now Merche got a point for quali, so right now he's 2 points ahead. But anyway, they're so close together. At the top here, there's like a 10-15 point differential. But so Laurent knows he's got to get ahead of him to get ahead of him in the standings, I am sure. Okay, that's just about all we've got going here for a race. Ooh, that was a bit of a wiggle there, I think. Another wiggle there. That's that little bump I always talk about. Should do a free cam and just look at the track there to see what is that bump about. I know I had the wrong setup for a BMW for a while, and that bump really would rattle a BMW. You know what it was? It was before the 1.9 revision of ACC, and remember they admitted that they had something wrong with suspensions, with storing energy and then releasing it all at once. And that little bump sometimes did it to me, that's for sure. Actually had to lift. All right, anybody else? Close to anybody else? I don't think so. We can go down the list here. There's Laurent. Terry. Can't see those guys. Laszlo can't see Terry. Stuart Packham's way behind him now too. Packham, I think, is going to be okay with overtaking Smart in this position. Jeremy. All Sauvage. None of them can see. Oh, you can just barely see Jeremy there. Kevin Torrance. And Brian Banks is just in it. Oh, is he? Let's just see how far back he is from Kevin. He might be a lap down. Brian just in here. I think Brian and Jeremy had points. I'm not sure if Jeremy was behind. I'm going to take a quick peek here, just for fun. Standing while you guys are watching here. Sprint. Can I tell what that looks like? Who are around? Oh, it shouldn't be on with Frank. It should be on Laurent. We'll watch Laurent while I'm looking this up. So I'm off the. I'll be watching the camera for a bit here. Hang on. So Jeremy and Brian Banks are 6 points apart, with Jeremy being in the lead. So yeah, if things stand as it is, those guys will be in the same spot. But just look at Laurent here. He is working hard. I got to stay watching this in the cockpit because I just love watching the way guys press and what they do to try to get ahead. And whoa, that's what happens when you press hard. Ho ho ho! Not a good spot. I don't know how he's going to get around. He's got 6 seconds to do something. This is not good. Oh, he's going to jump out. Wow. We caught that live in person. I think he jumped out of the... Wow. So that is it. Polinoff is in second place in the standings, I believe. Way to go, Merche. Great job. A good season for you. I enjoy listening to Merche on the chat, and we are, how far into the race are we? So yeah, Laurent left the race. Laurent just pushed a little. He's pushing hard. He knew he had to get ahead of him. So, where are we in terms of Kevin Torrance now and Laurent? No, they're far. Oh, not that might. I don't know where Terry is. Terry is. No, he's not going to have enough points to overtake him in the standings. So that is going to be our championship, folks. Lee, unfortunately, is going to miss the championships. And I know on the stream I was reading that Stuart does not feel like the real champion because Stuart is sick. Maybe we should have a race to. Well, Lee had every race was first place. I'm just going to show that for you again while we're going to listen to what. Oh, let's just. What's happening over here? Stuart Packham Savage is catching up with Jeremy, and there's Packham behind him. Packham is in the pits. Forgot why Stuart went in the pits. So anyway, Stuart is our champion for the season. He just had to finish somewhere. He was only 30 points behind. He's going to finish in 6th place. He is going to be our champion. Merche will be in 2nd place. And no, I'll tell you. I'm going to look at this the announcement here for you. Even though we're going to watch the rest of the race. Let's get back on with who's close by. Paul Savage is close to Jeremy. Let's just watch that while I look for the announcements of our champion racing announcements. Here we are. So Stuart Packham, yes sir, Stuart Packham was the champion for this season. And I cannot. Let me look on SimGrid. I'm sure it's there. We had no incidents, by the way. No incidents whatsoever today. Just tells you what kind of racing we've got with these 10 guys. Let me find SimGrid, and I will tell you how the season finished. Where is SimGrid? There it is. Paul, or I keep saying Paul Savage because I knew Paul Savage. He was my university tutor. Oh, that's not the end of the race, is it? Is that the end of the race already? Oh, wow. All right, end of the race. I missed all the... well, let's just go back to Merche crossing the line. I always like to watch people crossing the line. And let's get a nice angle. A view here. This is probably going to be good. Let's just watch him cross the line. See if he gives us a little flash. Here is our race winner tonight. Today. There he is. And there's a nice flash from Mr. Merche Poundoff from Macedonia. And Mr. Terry Throwbridge, we always get a flash from him. I'm sure nothing today. Laszlo Nemeth in another McLaren. Let's follow him through. And that'll be our podium for today. And just stick with me here, and I will show you the final. There he is. We're getting a flash. No flashes. All right, so that's it for that. Let's just pause. And I am going to go on to SimGrid and with you guys and show you how the season finished. Let me see if I can find the screen first. Let's see if that's the screen we want. Just hang with me for 1 second. I'm going to get rid of a bunch of things. All right, now I know where it is. Hang tight. We'll get you on with SimGrid right now. Yes, that should do it. And here, we'll give you that. And you're looking at SimGrid. Let me find my my results, my events. GT3 Championship. Where's the sprint? Oh, where's the sprint? Why don't I have the sprint here? Because it's finished? Well, let me go another way. My teams? Yeah. Nope, that's not my teams. My community. What is it? There it is, eSeniors. I'm an administrator here, so I can look this way. There it is, a sprint. And final standings. There we are. So, Stuart Packham in first place by a significant amount, because even though he finished sixth, he got that one knocked out. That sixth place today got knocked out. That's why it's so much points. Lee Smart ended up in second because he didn't finish today. Unfortunately, he lost out. He had a DNF on the first race. DNF usually means you started but didn't finish. He should have kept in. Just finish. You got to finish, guys. Get some points. He might have been able to keep his championship if he had a DNF where he quit. And Mircea Paunoff, nicely done, in third place over Laurent Rollet. And what happened between Terry was in fifth, Laszlo, and between Jeremy and down here, Philippe Sauvage was in seventh, Laszlo number eighth, Jeremy and Brian. Jeremy stayed ahead of him. Very good, guys. So that is our season 16. Let me get my beautiful face up here, just so you can say goodbye to me. Where am I here? Where am I here? Just hold on for 1 second. And I'll just put my face up, that's all. There. No, I'll get rid of that screen that I have. There. All right, so there we go. That is our season 16 for GT3 Sprints. Very good season, you guys. Although we were only a dozen guys sometimes, I got to say the racing was usually quite exciting because it was all racing. You guys had very, very few incidents where you hit somebody. So that was kind of fun. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. Like I saw happen today, a couple of guys made mistakes pushing too hard. But other than that, it was a great season for you guys, and congratulations to Packham and Smart. Basically, they're co-champions in my books. So I have a new sign-off, guys. I say sim racing is a sport, but it's a sport to be played with humans. So those of you who are listening who are not racing with us, get your ass in gear for season 17. Sign up for a race. Doesn't matter if you're last. You're racing against human beings, not AIs or not lapping. Get your ass in gear and get into a league, even if it's not eSeniors. So that's it for season 16. I'm going to sign off, and it's been a great season, and we're going to see you again in a couple of weeks. Usually we take about a week off before we start a new season, and there'll be some announcements in the next few days as to what that season's going to look like. So bye for now. This is Mike Meleskie signing off for eSeniors GT3 World Championships. Bye for now. And I can sign.